Hi, I'm Ivy Slater. Welcome to the Comeback Champions Summit. Today, I'm going to share with you the insider secrets of visionary leaders, how to lead, scale, and succeed. So let's get started. I'm going to share a little bit about who I am and my background. So I'm the CEO of Slater Success. Slater Success, I'm a speaker where I've spoken for various places over the many, many years all over the country. I'm an author of 2 books, From the Bar to the Boardroom, Choreographing Business Success Through Authentic Relationships, as well as Conquering Your Fear of Money, A Woman's Guide to Business Success. And we've gotten started through this global pandemic on book number 3, so stay tuned. I also host a podcast called Her Success Story, as well as I recently launched a LinkedIn live show called Slater Success Live. So as I always kind of talk about in my day job, I'm a coach and a consultant. I help companies scale and grow, achieve their goals, increase their leadership skills, and most important, always know the importance of what the impact of scaling a company is really about. So today, this is what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about leading powerfully through good times and challenging times. Building that resilience muscle, ladies and gentlemen. And let us say, this 2020 and 2021, these early stages, there has been some challenging times. And it's not about what has been challenging, it's about how you show up when you're challenged. Got it? That's what we're going to be talking about. Goal number 2 is the golden ticket to success, and it's building solid relationships with a lifetime value. People talk about the lifetime value of a sale. I talk about the lifetime value of a relationship is equivalent to the lifetime value of a sale. We're going to talk about effective strategy, decision-making, clear decision-making, consistent celebrations, and those 3 secrets about being a champion. Next, we're going to cover staying in the vision, having the flexibility around that vision. I was a dancer in my early life. I actually have a degree in dance and a degree in communications. I'm a strong believer of flexibility of the body, flexibility of business, flexibility of your mind. So we're going to look at the impact of flexibility on your business and your mind today. Second to last is commitment, consistency, and calendaring. Those 3 C's and how they could be an asset to you. And last, how to stay grounded, taking that deep breath, having that clear mind so you can lead, scale, and succeed. So let's start talking about leading powerfully through good times as well as challenging times, building that resilience muscle. The resilience muscle, as I'll say, you go to the gym, you lift the weights, it's important things. But what is it about the resilience muscle as a business leader? So I will give you an example. Back in 1997, I owned a printing company. I'd been in the printing business before Slater Success, and Slater Success has been around over a dozen years now. And I spent 20 years in the printing industry prior to that. I was a partner. There was 4 partners in the company. We were in our 5th year working together. One Monday morning, I opened the door and I walked in the office. I see my receptionist crying. Her name was Peggy. And I look over and I see the file cabinets are opened, turned over, empty. 2 of the partners disappeared over that weekend. The first order of business was to dealing with the legal things, right? Making sure our checkbooks were in order, our banks were notified, etc. Step 2 was stepping into possibility. See, instead of seeing a closed door, I walked in and I saw an open opportunity. When you see a challenge, do you immediately see open opportunities or are looking for possibilities to open doors of opportunities? I knew in my heart of hearts, first, I knew the numbers of my sales. I knew the numbers of my business. And I knew I could sustain and go out on my own. Important piece of information. That morning, 3 new jobs came in from my clients. By 10:30, I was on the phone with an attorney, opening a company called Slater Graphics. And in that company, I said to the attorney, I said, how do we get incorporated and have everything done within 7 business days before this first job ships for legally having this all under my new brand. That's about stepping into possibility, seeing opportunity. When you see a challenge, many times we go into emotion. It doesn't serve us. It's about being clear and going into action. That's where we're served. As I've said before, the golden ticket to success is about relationships. Relationships that go on for years. There's a relationship that represents this company, okay, one of my clients. I go back with this contact close to 20 years. When I was a printer, she was a client. She was the head of the marketing and advertising company for a marketing and advertising department for a intimates company, okay? We did a lot of their marketing. We did a lot of their support printing, and for many years. And then a job went bad. Printing is manufacturing, and every so often that happens. And I was taken off that vendor list. And she goes, you know what, Ivy, I like you. You're a great young lady, but we can't have what we had. You're off, you're out. Technically, I was fired as a vendor. Many people might have turned their backs and said, oh, well, I lost that one. I kept the relationship going. I kept the relationship. And we've done a variety of business in a variety of these ways over the last 20 years. And one day I sat down and I tracked that business, and I actually drew diagrams. You know, I was like, well, there was this business from here, and then she referred this person, and then she did work with me here. Then she referred this person. Oh, and she referred this person. Oh, she referred this organization, and through that organization, they referred this person, and this person. And I tracked those numbers. And based on this one relationship, I have tracked over 7 figures of sales. That's the lifetime value of a sale. That's the lifetime value of a relationship. So I encourage you, and I strongly encourage you, look at your relationships, build relationships, pick up the phone, you know, say hello to people. Don't just hack at them. Don't just type at them. Pick up the phone and talk to people. Have conversations, have catch-ups. I did this the other day. There's somebody who's been in my pipeline for about 2.5 years. And I just reached out to them during the pandemic and I said, are you safe? Are you okay? Thinking of you, sending my best. Well, they said, yeah, there's a lot going on here. Thanks for reaching out. We ought to catch up. I said, yes, I'd love to catch up. Well, that catch up didn't happen for another 90 days. And that catch up then happened, said, oh, Ivy, I've moved positions. Oh, moved positions right into running the leadership team. Oh, isn't that nice? That's what I do, leadership, and helping companies scale and grow, including their leaders. Well, interestingly enough, we've continued to check in, and business is on the horizon for 2021. Stay in the relationships and be open to possibility. You know, the importance of being a champion, right? It's truly about having an effective strategy, clear decision-making, and you have to consistently celebrate. I'm going to start with this backwards. Every one of my calls with my clients open up with my first question. And that first question is, what are we celebrating today? What successes are we celebrating today, to be clearer? That is question number 1 for every person who works with me. Because when we look at what we celebrate and how we're succeeding, it gives us insight and information of what else we should be doing in our businesses. It's a little back-end strategy. Speaking of strategy, you always want to be working a strategy. You know, many of us, it's early in the year, there's times of resolutions, people are setting goals. Goals are great, and I'm a firm believer in creating a vision, then creating hardcore goals, and from those goals, creating an effective strategy. When I work with my clients, I break the strategy down into several areas. I look at a financial strategy, a marketing strategy, a sales strategy, how you're building out team to support it, and most importantly, the mindset. Where's your mindset of success? That's what wraps around all strategy. Because when you create a strategy and when you believe it's achievable and take action, it will be achievable. You could also learn as you go through what is working and what is not. How do you do that? By consistently asking yourself, what are we celebrating? Clear decision-making, okay? Release the emotions. It's so easy. You know, a lot of us, we're tired this year. This has been a challenging time. I'm looking forward to hugging another human being really soon, okay? I'm looking to embracing people again, seeing people in person. I'm a people person. But if I stay in the emotion, I cannot make clear decisions in my business. So think about what stops us from making clear decisions is when we get into an emotional swirl. Doesn't serve us. Get out of that emotional swirl. That's where this serves us, right? And it's being out of the emotional swirl. Ground yourself. I'm going to be giving you tips on that in just a few minutes. Ground yourself. Release the emotion. Say, great. What do I need to know to make this decision? Do I have this information? If I don't have this information, how do I get this information? Once I have this information, make the decision. Most importantly, make the decision, take the action. You will always be able to course correct our decisions. We are neutered if we don't stay in action. So when we have that swirl of like, I don't know if we should, I'm thinking about it. As soon as somebody tells me I'm thinking about something, my question to them is, give me exactly what you're thinking about. Having that comment of I'm thinking about it is a delaying tactic of making a decision. If you're thinking about something, write down, what do you need to know? How do you create this decision? How do you create this strategy? Make sense? Awesome. Staying in the vision and having the flexibility around it. You know, can your arms go all the way up? Can your leg go all the way up? Can you reach your toes? What does that look like as a business leader? Okay. It means we have been through some challenging times this year. How have we stayed flexible, stayed on our feet, been able to react and move through this? Okay. We're all going to fall down in life. Not everything is going to go great. It's not about the falling down. It's about how you're showing back up. What does flexibility look like for you? I'm going to encourage every one of you to take a moment, write that down. What does flexibility look like for you? And when you're flexible, how do you achieve it? Flexibility for me looks like, well, if this didn't work, what information do I have? What's the information? Well, based on this information, so this didn't work, but this did work. So what if we took this and went here, right? That's being flexible. It's being being open to buoyancy or expansion. What could this look like if we tried this? You know, flexibility, think about it. If you weren't a dancer, take a rubber band. Take a rubber band and pull it a couple of times and say, where is this in my business? How do we stay flexible with ideas? Are you present online, right? What is your social media strategy? What is your networking strategy? Are you a speaker? Do you speak as far as sharing information out there? What's your content around? Right? If something's not working, are you ready to be flexible and try the next thing? Staying stuck doesn't serve you. Staying stuck is surrendering, and I never surrender. Okay, I'm always going to be that person who's going to show up. And believe me, that day I shared with you in 1997 is the tip of the iceberg of the many, many challenges I've led a business through. And personal challenges, business challenges, running a company on the board. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I was in New York City the morning of 9/11, just cut on my way to work. I saw the first plane hit Tower 1 in Times Square on the big screen from the Today Show that they were publicizing there. Got it? My first response were, where are my kids safe? Is my staff safe? And then how do I keep them safe? Flexibility is about reacting in action, understanding your values and your priorities. It's easy to be flexible in a business when you understand your business values. If you've not done that exercise yet, I'm going to encourage you to do it. I'm not going to cover it today. Share, want to know more? Reach out to me at Slater Success and you will know more about that. Let's look at the 3 C's today: commitment, consistency, and calendar. Okay, commitment comes from your whole self. It comes from your mind, it comes from your heart, it comes from your gut, it comes from staying in action, your commitment to something, commitment to an organization you're running, commitment to nonprofits, commitments to your family. Commitment is about 100% and showing up. If you find yourself falling off course, figure out what do you need to do for yourself to get back on course of commitment. Success is about consistency. Success is never about doing everything right. It's illogical. Success is about consistency. Consistency in action. And when you're consistent in action, then you will see what's working and what's not. We need to know what's not working. People say, oh, I don't want to make a mistake. Well, guess what? Mistakes are inevitable. So let's rename them. Mistakes become learning curves. When you look at the mistakes being the learning curves, you could then take the next action. I'm a hardcore calendarer. Everything goes in my calendar. If I need to send something to my accountant, it goes in my calendar on the day I'm going to send it, as well as the time I'm going to break out to gather it. If I'm going to be working on making a video, if I'm going to be working on my marketing, if I'm going to be working with clients, if I'm going to be doing reach out calls, which I suggest people do every week, it's all in my calendar. If it's not in my calendar, then I'm always, oh my God, I'm so overwhelmed. I have so much to do. It is overwhelming running a business. It's not so overwhelming when you actually calendar out the actions and you actually put time in for yourself. Don't let your business consume your life. Build your business to support a great life. That's truly what success is. My biggest key, and I just actually finished a client call where we talked about this. Take a deep breath. Use the opportunity to breathe to help you transition from activity to activity. Between meetings, take 1, 2, 3 deep breaths. It's less than 60 seconds. When you do that, you ground yourself, you clear your mind, and allows you to stay in action, that consistency. When we keep going and going and going and going and going, it's exhausting, it becomes overwhelming. Take that deep breath. Do it again and then do it a 3rd time. Create that habit in between your meetings, your calls, your networking. I've done it before I've gone out on stage my entire life. I close my eyes and I breathe. I clear my head. I open my heart. I ground myself in my hips. And then I move forward and deliver. I invite you to join me in doing it. So in closing today, here are some resources. Let's stay connected, okay? Showing up on the Comeback Summit is about increasing your resources, increasing your connectivity. So take the actions. Reach out to me at slatersuccess.com. There's a couple of resources there. And here, you ready? There's a video it's called 7 Traits of Great Leadership, where I'm going to take you to great traits to be a great and effective leader of your organization. There's also a complimentary chapter of From the Bar to the Boardroom. Download it, read it. If it's helpful, keep going. Use the resources here. Reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn every day, all day long. I'm a huge believer in LinkedIn, in building our networks, okay? If you reach out to me through LinkedIn, don't just use that canned hi. Say, hey, I saw your presentation on the Comeback Summit. I want to talk to you. I open my calendar to create connections all the time. That's how we grow as human beings. As we grow as human beings, we grow as businesses, we grow as leaders, we expand ourselves, we expand our lives. So I invite you to stay connected, reach out, let me know, not just that you listened, but most importantly, what meant the most to you and what action you implemented from staying tuned today, from joining me on, the insider secrets to how to lead, scale, and succeed. I wish you great success in 2021. I look forward to meeting many, if not all of you out there in the world. Stay safe, be smart, stay in action. See you next time.